Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Who is Rick Lagina from The Curse of Oak Island? Rick Lagina is the elder of the two brothers who host History Channel's The Curse of Oak Island. The pair have been obsessed with the island's many myths and legends, particularly the tales of treasure in the infamous Money Pit. Born in Kingsford, Michigan, Rick grew up in a world that could not have been further from the wooded isle far to the north that would come to dominate his life. As an 11-year-old, he read the January 1965 issue of Reader's Digest and saw an article about the mysterious Oak Island and its legendary treasure. He was instantly hooked, and both he and his brother Marty would imagine hunting for the treasure, reenacting the various tales of lost loot. The pair grew up reading the Hardy Boys, so it is no surprise they ended up seeking adventure like the book's fictional brothers Frank and Joe. Only Rick and Marty had to wait nearly 50 years to fully realize their own one. It was in the 1990s that the pair first made the trip to Nova Scotia, where they met a rather reluctant Dan Blankenship. He'd been working on the island's treasure for years and could have done with their help, but he was not ready at that point. It was a decade later that part of the island was up for sale and Marty stumped up the cash for part of Oak Island. Since then, they've expanded their share, and eventually wine of their exploits came to TV producers who decided to make a reality show about the brothers and their quest. Rick is perhaps the brother that believes the most in the tales of treasure and loot hidden beneath Oak Island. If Marty provides the technical knowledge, then Rick is the inspiration. But the thing that unites them is a search for the truth about the island. Rick has long retired from being a postal worker and now serves as an executive producer on the show and helps run Oak Island Tours Incorporated. The Curse of Oak Island preview. The Fellowship adopts a new aggressive strategy for finding treasure. This week on The Curse of Oak Island, all indicators point toward the Fellowship adopting a new and more aggressive approach to the island, meaning we can expect to soon see some mega excavations. Last week, we saw the guys investigating the Lot 15 area, and it seems as though they uncovered an old pine tar kiln, which the guys reckon was used in the construction of the Money Pit. They also believe there's a tunnel underneath Lot 15, which extends to the Money Pit itself. As we move into the third episode, it seems as though all the action is at Lot 15. But according to the network description and the two previews, we can see operations will also expand to the swamp. The first episode of this series saw Dr. Spooner still investigating the swamp. This marshy wetland has enticed us all with mysterious stone structures just under the murky surface, along with evidence suggesting a sunken Spanish galleon hidden underneath. And now there's a suggestion that past activity links the swamp with Lot 15. As the guys struggle to connect the dots on this strange island, it seems increasingly likely that all the sites are interconnected and part of the same story. The History Channel's episode description suggests a big link between Lot 15 and the swamp, while also suggesting it's finally time to dig up the wetlands. As Gary and Jack unearth new evidence suggesting substantial industry between Lot 15 and the mysterious swamp, the Fellowship makes the aggressive and expensive decision to excavate the mysterious bog entirely, once and for all. In the preview, Rick Lagina announces, "We've got a pretty aggressive agenda set forth," and we see a shot of brother Marty, determinedly driving a digger at the stones on Lot 15. We also hear Dr. Spooner announce that the island probably had a deep water harbor, meaning that there was lots of space for lots of ships to unload tons of treasure. And of course, Gary Drayton and Jack Begley are back swinging their fancy new metal detectors. They've promised us many more exciting finds. In the first episode, Gary uncovered an ancient coin that he thought was probably not European. Well, it seems his suspicions will be confirmed in this episode when an expert tells Alex Lagina that the coin is Chinese. The Chinese on Oak Island. This could open a whole new exciting chapter to the story of the island.